Hi everyone, I am Dr. Samuel Ugumba and I'm excited to get the ball rolling. Today I'm going to lay out a roadmap for the real estate finance course. Actually, I'll prefer to refer to it as real estate updates instead of real estate finance course in order to avoid any assumptions of vertical relationships in the form of teacher-student. But before I proceed to map out the sequence and content of the real estate finance updates, some preliminary points are in order. First, this update is the first of its kind in and on the Nigerian real estate sector. I am not suggesting that you supplant whatever professional courses you intend taking or are taking, but I will cut to the chase and give you the real thing. Second, this update is tentative, so we will make amendments to the content as we progress. Third, although the central focus of this update is on real estate finance, it is certainly not a misnomer if we label it as the toolkit of real estate investing in Nigeria. Fourth, the method of delivery is a mix of Instagram videos and write-ups as well as virtual live discussions. Lastly, and as is usual, the world of theory is different from the rough terrain of practice. So I will invite one or two guest speakers more knowledgeable than me as we progress. So what are we expecting? In this first iteration, we are going to talk about real estate finance in general and Nigeria in particular. We will address four principal issues. What is real estate finance? Why real estate finance? What are the practices of real estate finance? And how can we leverage on these practices? But permit me to say a few words as a form of introductory remarks, because this is really important. In Nigeria, we often talk about real estate development without real estate finance, even though the latter is the lifeblood of real estate development. I suspect that there are two reasons for this. And the first is that finance is often thought of as a technical field, replete with complex financial modeling, mathematical formula, and financial ratios. The second, it is often considered that access to finance is limited or even non-existent in Nigeria. The first task here for me is mind shaping. I am going to change the way you think about finance. Finance is an architecture, system, process for channeling wealth. Put differently, finance is a process, a system, architecture for moving resources, principally funds, to where it is best needed in order to maximize welfare. I want you to latch onto these three words: architecture, system, or process for channeling wealth. Now, let me give you an analogy to bring this home. Think about the human body. When you place the human body and think about life and death, what comes to mind? I suppose blood, amongst many other things. But what transports blood across the body? I'll give you a moment to think about it. Arteries, veins, and capillaries. The arteries transport blood away from the heart, the veins toward the heart. The capillaries distribute blood between the arteries and the veins. These organs are the architecture system for transporting blood across the body in order for the body to function optimally. But note that the concern here is not with blood, but rather the organs or architecture, so to speak. So too is finance, the architecture, system, or process for transferring or moving resources. And also note that the organs serve different purposes. In this iteration, we're going to talk about two finance systems: debt finance and equity finance in the Nigerian real estate sector. In the second iteration, we will talk about the economics of real estate investing in Nigeria. We're going to talk about the different types of real estate and the strategies of investing. We're also going to talk about the demand and supply. The principal question here is, does it make economic sense to invest in the Nigerian real estate sector? We will map onto this discussion the general economic trend in Nigeria, which is the rising inflation and the falling naira. In the third iteration, we will come back home to real estate finance. We will discuss valuation and portfolio management. I cannot emphasize how important this is. In fact, this is the critical phase in the real estate finance updates. We will introduce some financial metrics or ratios, such as cap rate and the return on equity. We will introduce some concepts such as opportunity cost and time value of money. And then we will move on to portfolio management. Here, we will discuss on how to build business models, how to generate models. But why are models important? Because they have predictive power. It's like being a mini god. You're able to see into the future. Let me give you an example of a model. Perhaps one of the most popular models in social science is the neoclassical economic model of humans as rational maximizers of their utility. That is, humans operate to maximize satisfaction. So what you do is you plug in a set of data into this model and it's able to generate testable outcomes. So too as business models. In the fourth iteration, we're going to talk about legal issues, opportunities, and challenges. The process of acquiring, transferring, and verifying land operates through a legal labyrinth. We will talk about how to structure a company, real estate company, and the legal dimensions of real estate deals. In the fifth iteration, we will talk about the psychology of real estate investing in Nigeria. Finally, we will invite some guest speakers as I mentioned earlier. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it and see you in the next discourse.